we are going to start the y parameter. In y parameter, independent variables are I1 and I2 and dependent are V1 and V2. Now we will give a, suppose this is a network, and then we will supply here plus V1 plus minus V1 and here plus minus V2, and we are going to calculate I1 and I2. So I1 somehow will be a combination of V1, superposition of V1 and V2, V1 plus V2, and I2 will be superposition of again V1 plus V2. Now this constant that we must give here, it must be, how much this constant will be, it must be admittance. Admittance into current is admittance into voltage gives current. So we term this one as y11, this as a y12, this is a y21, and this is y22. Now we got the network I1 I2 is equal to y11 y12 y21 and y22, and which I1 and I2 is dependent on our V1 and V2. So this is your independent and this is your dependent. Now if you want to calculate the I11 y11, then what you are going to do, you are going to do V2 is equal to 0, means you are short circuiting the voltage, means you need to short circuit this voltage, then only you are going to get y1. Y11 will be I1 by V1 by keeping V2 is equal to 0. Now y22, if you want to calculate y22, then it must V1 is equal to 0, means we need to short circuit this terminal, and if you short circuit this terminal, then you are going to get I2 by V2 and keeping V1 is equal to 0. Now these are at one port, so these are called as driving point admittance, because these are measured at one term, one port only. Now if you want to calculate y12 and y21, for y12 what you will do, you will short circuit V1 is equal to 0, short circuit V1, then y12 will be I1 by V2, now keeping V1 is equal to 0. Now these are different terminals, so these are called transfer admittance. Now similarly y21, if you want to calculate y21 keeping V2 0, and this will be I2 by V1. Now these are different port, so these are also termed as transfer admittance. So this is the y parameter, and why this is called short circuit parameter, because we need to short circuit the one port in order to find any of the parameter, either y11, y12, y21 or y22. Now if these two are equal, then this is called reciprocal network. This is your reciprocal network, and then we are going to show our connection. Now taking one network, suppose I am taking this network YA, this is your YC, and this is your YB. Now this is a network that we have taken YA, YB, YC. Now here if you want to calculate the y11, then how we are going to calculate? We can calculate y11 by keeping our V2. Now what was the equation of y11? Y11 was I1 by V1 by keeping V2 is equal to 0, means calculating the one port admittance. Now if I keep V2 is equal to 0, now this is your V2, this is your V1. Now if you want to calculate the y11, you need to calculate I1 by V1. I1, if I short circuited, then this will go away. Now if I want to calculate the relation between the current and voltage across this I1, V1 will be I1 into the sum of admittance, because this is short circuited, so this will be neglected. So y1 y1 plus yc. So v1 by y1 is nothing but y11, and it is going to give me ya plus yc. So from here we can see y11 we got ya plus yc. Now similarly, if you want to calculate y22, then what we are going to do, we are going to sort this terminal and we are going to calculate for y22 what we do, v1 by i2 keeping v1 by i2 keeping v1 equal to 0. Now v2 by i2 y22 is equal to y22 is equal to i2 by v2 keeping v1 is equal to 0. Now similarly, this will be solved, this will be not be in effect, and yb plus yc, if I want to calculate y2, because of this v2, y2 will be v2 into yb plus yc, and i2 by v2 is nothing but your y22, and y22 is equal to yb plus yc. So we got y11 is equal to ya plus yb and y22 is equal to yb plus yc. Now we need to consider this yc network. Now for for calculating yc, now let us construct this circuit once again. This is yc, this is ya, and this is your yb, yc and ya. Now we need to know this yc, or we need to know this, we need to know y12. To calculate y12, what we do, for calculating y12 we calculate i1 by v2 keeping v1 0. Now we are short circuiting v1, this is your v21, we are short circuiting, we need to calculate i1 by v2, this voltage we need to calculate. Now if you see, this is your v1 and this is your v2. Now if I want to calculate, if I see this v1 is equal to 0, means this current is going to enter over here. So if I write i1 will be minus v2 yc, from here normal equation I can write i1, this current that is flowing will be minus of v2 into admittance. Now if I see i1 by v2 is equal to minus yc, and i1 by v2 is nothing but your y12, and y12 is equal to minus yc. Now for this type of network, what we have done, we have calculated ya is equal to y11 plus y11 plus, now we have calculated y11 is equal to ya plus yc, and y22 is equal to yb plus yc, and y12 is equal to y12, because of this reciprocal we have calculated this as a minus yc. Now if I put yc here, y21, then from here y11 is equal to, if I put over here ya is equal to y11 plus y12, yb is equal to y22 plus y12, and yc is nothing but minus y12. So these are also a simplification that we can do. Now let me take another sheet. Now if I take another sheet, now this network that I have taken, this is yc, this is ya, and this is your yb. Now this yb can be replaced by y22 plus y12, and this is yc minus y12, and this y can be replaced by y11 plus y12. So these are the equations that it can be represented with. Now this is the most general equation that we got of y network, or we can say the y parameter. Now if you want to convert this y into z, now then for that what we need to do, we are just going to proceed slowly. Now taking y, this network again, this is your yc, this is ya, this is your yb. Now I am writing in most general form, this is i1, and this is your i2, this will be your plus b1, and this is your b2. Now writing i1 i2 in matrix form, this will be the y11 will be nothing but ya plus yc from inspection we can directly write this will be nothing but your minus yc, and this is also minus yc, and y22 will be yb plus yc, because this we have just now calculated. Y11 is equal to ya plus ic, y22 is equal to yb plus yc, and y21 over y2 is equal to minus yc into v1 and v2. Now if you want to get in v1 and v2 form, so they taking in inverse, then v1 will be equal to, now what will be, just interchange the diagonal, the first term yb plus yc by delta, the this into this, first into 4 minus of this into this one will give you delta into I1. This is how we calculate the inverse of any this matrix, and this is going to be give you, we just change the sign only of this term, second term. This will be yc by delta into I2, and v2 will be nothing here, v2 will be again just change the sign of this one, yc by delta into I1, and this is just interchange this one, ya plus yc by delta into I2. Now see, this is nothing but your z11. Now if you compare, now with I compare this one with the z parameter, what we have, v1 is equal to z11 I1 plus z12 I2, v2 is equal to z21 I1, z22 I2. Now if you compare, then z11 is equal to yb plus yc by delta, z12 is yc by delta, z21 is equal to yc by delta, and z22 is ya plus yc by delta. Now this is the from here we have seen that we got this. Now if you want to get this pi into this form, za, this is zc, and this is your nothing but zb, zc. Then from here it can be easily done, that this za will be nothing but yb by delta, and zb will be nothing but your ya by delta, and the zc is equal to minus z12, so this will be your yc by delta. So this is your yc by delta. From here, from these two equations, we can directly convert pi to t network very easily. Now if you want to convert this t into pi, then for that what we are going to do, now let me write the equation t into pi. This is za, this is your zb, now this is your zc. Now equation that we from here we can write of z form, v1 v2 equal to v1 v2 z1 plus za plus zc, or if I take z1 z2 z3, then this will be, if I take z1 z2 z3, then this will be z1 plus z3, and this will be your z minus of z3, this is minus of z3, and this will be your z2 plus z3. This is the equation that we know. Now if you want to inverse this function in terms of I1 and I2, now if you want taking the inverse, just the delta write everywhere, just write delta everywhere, and numerator what will be, just replace z2 plus z3 and just send the sign z3 it will be, and this will be also z3, and this is going to be z1 plus z3 into v1 v2, and this is nothing but your inverse function of this one. Now if I compare with the y parameter, so this value is nothing but your y11 or is equal to ya plus yc, and this is nothing but your y12 or minus yc, and this is nothing but your y22 yb plus yc. Now if I convert this network into pi, this will, if this is your yc and this is your ya, this is your yb, and this will be your minus y12, and this yc is going to be z3 by delta, this is going to be z2 by delta, and yb will be z1 by delta. From this expression we can directly write over here the conversion of T to pi model. So this is all about the y parameter.